Hello, beautiful friends. How are you doing today? Hope you're all doing great. Today, I am going to show you a little project that I'm sure has been done, over and over again, but that's okay. If we like it, we're gonna repeat it. We're gonna follow it, right? So, I'm going to be using a 6x6 that's single-sided, and I'm going to be using this particular 6x6, and I'm just looking through here. This is funny. So I want to show you something. Papers like, I think it's right here in the beginning, like that. What do you do with these papers? What are you supposed to do with that? So I'm going to use one of those. And then I'm going to pick out another one. And then the next one I'm going to choose, I'd like to have it not a directional type of paper. So I could use something like that. See, something like that. I have no idea what you're supposed to do with it. How about something, yeah, let's do this one. Let's just go ahead. Is it directional? It's kind of directional, but that's okay. I'm just going to use it. So I want to show you, sometimes this occurs. Whenever you buy pads of paper like this and you have this hole, you rip out your paper and it has that hole and it's into the paper. So what I do is I just take it over to my paper cutter and I tried to measure out 6 inches, and you're going to see that this hole is still going to show. So let me cut it. I got to do this off screen because my paper cutter is a giant, paper cutter. Hold on just a second. Okay, see what I mean? I'll show you. I don't know if you can see it with this roller. You're not going to go. Let's try this one. Okay. So look, 6. Gotta get this right. By 6, and that hole is still on there. So I never really realized it before. So keep your eye out on papers that have this hole in it and keep that in mind. Okay? All right. So the next thing we're going to do is score at 2 inches. So if you had a directional paper, you're going to have to watch which way you're going to score it, okay? So I'm going to get my scoreboard here, and it's giant also, so it's not going to fit in here. And hold on just a second, and I'm going to score this. Okay, so see how I've scored that, and I'm going to, if you can see it, that notch is up on this portion, the 2-inch portion. So I put that up there for a reason, and that reason is because I'm going to just take this little punch right here, and I'm going to punch this out, just like make it a little bit bigger. This thing goes flying, so I'm going to try to aim it for my trash can. And I'm telling you, I'm getting pretty good at getting this in the trash can. Nope, that time I missed. Okay, let me try this one. Okay. That one made it. Okay. Sorry, I'm being silly. All right, so I have these, and let me show you what we're going to make. Before I go any further, let me show you so you guys know what's happening. So this is what we're going to be making. It's got this little pouch right here. You have all these little things that you can put in there. This is like a gold flower thing. Isn't that beautiful? I think the person that's going to get this, they can color that in. And then there's another one. And then this stuff is all from different collections. And look at this house. It's like vinyl, and it's kind of puffy. Super cute. And then I just made a little tag. It says beautiful. And then I put this little, this is a sticker from, what is her name? Paige Evans. Paige Evans, the designer that does paper. And actually this is also Paige Evans, but this is from that other paper pad. And then on this side, I just have a beautiful butterfly. Look, it's like felt. It's so pretty. And then this little word says inspired. And then right here is another butterfly with a little flower. And then inside, oops, didn't mean to bend that, but inside, I'm going to be putting a couple of things in here for someone. I'm going to be making a bookmark, and then there's like I'm going to put a card in there, and I'm going to hand this over to him. So anyways, that's what we're going to be making. And I get so excited about this stuff sometimes, I ramble. But let me show you another one. So instead of using like flowers and pinks and purples, you can use other paper. Like, look how beautiful this one came out. This is, now I did not have 6x6 paper of this particular collection of paper. This was a 12x12, and it was a Maggie Holmes Forever Fields papers, and I just thought it was really beautiful. So, and these are double-sided, so you know. But anyways, it's not going to matter, really. I mean, if it bothers you that that's white, just put a stamp on it, or even a couple of little stickers right there. So, and I'm telling you, people are not going to mind that that's white. They're just going to be like, oh, wow, that's really cool that you made that for me, you know? So, let me put this stuff back in here. All right, and I'll show you this one. I used this box of stuff from Park Lane, and I'm telling you, there is a ton of stuff in here. Look, 563 pieces. That's crazy. So even though this is not the same collection as the Maggie Holmes, you know, it kind of matches. So just go with whatever you like, you know, and I guarantee you the person that's going to receive it, they're going to be like wowed because you're giving them something awesome. So this is the same kind of thing. This is a tag that I put these little words on there, and I glued this and this piece of vellum here down, and here's another one. This is like a chipboard that's in that collection. A little thing that says hello, and then I'm going to be writing something on the back of this, and then put that all back in there. I put some pom-pom trim here. I used some Fabri-Tac for that. And then on this side, I just layered these pieces up. This says hello. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe right there you can see it. And this gorgeous flower, this flower was from a swap that I just received. Just beautiful. And, you know, it's fun to share stuff like this with people that you love. And then this is like a piece of vellum. And then over here, it's just like another little cardboard tag with some vellum and a piece of ribbon. And then on the inside, see how that has the double-sided paper, where the one that we're going to be making will be single-sided. So, but people aren't really going to notice that at all. Trust me. They're just going to be like, wow. I'm going to be putting some photos in this for someone that's really dear to me. So, okay. So let's get back to this project here before I go any further. Because like I said, sometimes I get excited and just start rambling. So, once you score a flap, basically, and you've punched out that little thing, if your paper has it, your paper may not have it, but I kind of like that anyways. Just fold it in like that, for each one. And you see how that just looks like that? Like, you know what I mean? And then honestly, if you want a pouch, right there's a pouch. Just glue the sides of it right there and there. But, and here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take the one long side, one big side, against the other big side. And you'll know that you're doing this right because the white pieces are gonna be in together. And then you're just gonna do that, okay? So it's gonna look like that. Now, people have done this before, and honestly, they've made this flap, 2.5, sometimes 1.5. So, whatever you want to do, just practice first to see what you like, maybe on a scrap piece of paper. But I like this 2-inch because I like how much space there it gives me. And then the other reason why I like doing that 2-inch is because instead of making a short envelope, I'm gonna scoot this paper out. Okay, I'm just gonna take this paper, scoot it out to the point where this punch, the white won't show, because if you go too far, see what I mean? The white will show. So I'm just gonna put it like right there, and then I'm just gonna glue it. I'm gonna put my finger there. You know what, I'm gonna move it down a little bit just to make sure. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna put my finger right there, and I know I'm gonna glue this part. So let me get my glue. Hopefully it works. So nothing's more frustrating. Oop, it's clogged. I knew it. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Let me do that again real quick. That never fails, honestly. Whenever you gotta do something, your glue will be closed up. Okay, so now I want to right there. So I'm just gonna do 2 sides from here down, and I'm gonna guess about there down. And I'm leaving this open because I need the length of this pocket. So I'm going to take this other piece and turn this over. I'm going to put it on there. Make sure it's all lined up. Make sure that white isn't showing. And then line it all up, make sure it's straight. Okay. And there you have that part of it, okay? Now, I'm gonna take one side, just one of these flaps. And I think, let's see. I think I'm gonna do this side because this side is larger and I don't want it to be upside down. So if you have a directional piece, this side will be straight, upwards, and this side will be down. You see what I mean? Because it's gonna be like a pocket that way. But see that butterfly there? It's going the wrong direction anyway, so. Okay, so I'm going to glue this purple. So I'm just gonna glue from the crease down. Close that up. Oop, stay there. I'm gonna show you something. See how you can kind of see how I didn't get that aligned? Don't worry about that. People don't care. And if they do, well then you can just trim it. Because it's not really gonna matter. They're not even gonna notice it really. you're going to be the only one that notices it, because they're going to be happy that you're giving them something. So there we have that. Okay, so now we have a pocket here, and then if you turn it over, we have the envelope there. You see? Now, if you wanted, you can do a little punch there too. I mean, I'll do it, but I don't really need it, really. Just kind of try to line it up a little bit. Oh, wait, let me point it towards my trash can. I missed. Oh my goodness. Making a liar out of me. I'm like, oh, I can punch that right into the trash can. 1 out of 3. Oh my goodness. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bunch of stuff that I have here. This was from that paper collection, from that 6x6, and it's like cut aparts, like for borders or whatever. But I'm going to laminate this, and I'm going to make it into a bookmark, and it's going to go in here. And then, like, you could put a shaker in there even. You know what I mean? Like, how fun would that be? And you get that and a bookmark. I'm going to be like, what's this? What do I do with this? And you could say, I don't know. Put it on a package, or put a magnet on the back. Maybe if you put a magnet on the back, they'll be like, okay, now I know what to do with it. So I'm just gonna fill this up a little bit. I need this little cute tag here. Put that there. And another one of these like puffy things. This one's a camera this time. It's like vinyl. I don't even know where I got these, to tell you the truth. And I'm gonna put that in there. And then this gorgeous flower, it's gold and white. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And maybe like a little card like this. It could be in there. Maybe I'll set this ribbon inside. There we go. That looks a little bit better. And then another little white flower. I'll put that over here. And see, you can just add stuff in here and they'll love it, because wow, you know, that's really awesome. And then on this side, I'm going to use this sticker. Look how pretty. It's like felt. I don't know if you can see it. This one here. These are like cardboard. So I'm going to take that. And even though this is a sticker, put a little bit of glue on it, because this envelope is going to be handled. So I think I will press this down, and I'll just put it about right there. And then I'll put another one. So what's going to go in here for me? I don't know if I've already said. So I said a bookmark, but I have some photos I'm going to be putting in here. And then I have a couple other like things that I'm going to put in there. One is a card. So I'm going to put my card in this envelope, and just add like real pretty things all over the card and the bookmark, like I said. And I have some photos I want to put in there. And then I think I'll put this. This says "Life is Sweet." Isn't that adorable? This "Life is Sweet" chipboard thing came out of that Parkland box of stuff. Came out of here. This is amazing. There's so much stuff in there. So I'm going to glue this on. not that straight. And then, oh, I have this little bow. That's cute. Where can I put that? I'll put it over that butterfly because it's upside down. What do you think? Should I put it there? Maybe I should put it down here. Maybe I should put it down here. Huh? That's what I'll do. Okay, so there's all of that, and I think that's just so much fun to give somebody, you know, something that's flat, and that you're going to see them in person, because obviously all this stuff would get ripped off in the mail. But if you have something that you want to give to someone, you know, like photos, a card, anything really, you know, that could be, that's flatter, you can make one of these and they're really going to enjoy it, because, you know, especially this, because it'll protect the photos and they're not going to mind that it's white on the inside. They will not even notice it, actually, because they've got all this other fun stuff and pretty stuff to look at. And oh, you know what? I should have put something on right there. Okay, well, I'll put some ribbon on right there or something. I just don't have any at my desk that will match. So, anyways, oh, another thing. So I took a string, just a string, and I just added these beads on it. I just tied a knot at the end, doubled that up, and put a bunch of beads on here. And then I put one of these jump rings in the middle. And this would be fun if you kind of like, maybe on this side, put a hole through this and then added this in there. I think that would even add something on there. As a matter of fact, I might even do that. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this project. I know I sure did, because I love, you know, stuff like this. It's real quick, real easy. You're going to be using up your single-sided papers. I mean, just cut your 12 by 12s down. And as a matter of fact, if you needed a larger envelope, just like what I did, you could honestly use 8 by 8s, or take your 12 by 12 papers and you can just cut them larger, you know what I mean? So, you know, it doesn't have to be bright colors like this. It could be these other, like, darker colors. I mean, it's just as beautiful. So, anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this project, because I totally loved it. And it's super easy. And anyways, I hope you all have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.